Sorry, I've been uploading so infrequently the last few months. There are so many of you who watch every video I make and even comment on them, and I'm always so glad to see that you do watch them and listen to me. I haven't been uploading since I'm busy with college and other stuff since I'm graduating this summer. So this video is about the comparison between super soft pastels, which are handmade, and other brands that are not handmade, and I will be looking at Rembrandts in particular in this video. There seems to be a bit of confusion on the differences between Rembrandt and other soft pastels, since Rembrandts are said to be very soft, but in fact they are more medium soft than like Schmincke, Senneliers and other very soft ones. I don't know if you can see, but to me the pastels in the wooden box already seemed super soft just by looking at them, and the one that let that many pigment off is from Blue Earth. Their pastels are very pigmented. It's just beautiful to add a few light touches of such vibrant colors to the painting. But in the black boxing I have the full set of Rembrandts. You can see I have many colors, and they are not handmade, which is why their shapes all look exactly the same and have that shiny coating on them. The biggest difference in Rembrandts and the super soft ones is probably the price. This whole set of Rembrandts cost me $45, and there are 120 pastels in there, while the super soft ones usually cost around $3 for individual stick. Buying them in sets is definitely cheaper, but you still have to look for discounts when investing in a bigger set, since prices are still very high for handmade ones. I bought one set for Schmincke and one set for Sennelier for less than half the regular price, but bought the others individually. I will paint a painting from the same reference photo, the left one using only Rembrandts and the right one using only super soft ones from the wooden box, so you can see which kind of marks each one does. You can already see that super soft ones did marks that are a lot more vibrant, but you will see the medium hard ones are actually better for some things. So up until now I just block in some colors. That's obviously not the color that will be in the end painting, since I will be painting grass, but I like doing very warm reddish underpaintings, and I'm doing the underpaintings with alcohol. You will quickly see how differently they behave when using them for the underpainting, and throughout the video I will be commenting on which things ones are better than others. And yes, the expensive ones aren't always better. Our brands are still professional pastels and use high quality light fast pigments. They are just a bit harder, and because of that better suited for other things than soft pastels. Light fastness means they don't fade over time, which is a common problem with cheaper pastels. The softer the pastel is, more pigment it has. Pastels are basically just pigment and binder together, and pigment alone apparently doesn't hold the shape well, which is why very pigmented pastels are always handmade, since they are so fragile and require very gentle handling. When we mix pigment with water or alcohol, we basically get paint. It helps to do one layer of color like this, because we can layer more colors on top of that later, since alcohol makes the pastel sink in the paper a bit. Because of the difference in amount of pigment each has, underpaintings with very soft pastels are very opaque and quite uniformly colored. Like you could see in the painting I did on the right, while underpaintings made with harder pastels look more textured and transparent on some parts. I prefer to do the underpaintings with harder pastels, not just because they are cheaper, but because I prefer the more random look they give. They also get setted in the paper better, while super soft pastels still sit on top of the surface and feel some tooth of the paper, which later on prevents us from getting on that many layers. Since I'm doing those two paintings just for this video and I want to keep the video short, I won't do them really detailed, just so you can see the main differences in application and finished look. Details usually aren't even required. I actually like the looser impressionistic look, and since I'm doing them both on a small format, it would be quite hard to get details with pastels since they are so chunky, but this is also what I like about them. This is the part I like about Rembrandts. I love painting grasses with them. I don't know why, but I really like the look it gives to the grasses. So we're almost finished with this one, and now I moved on to the super soft ones. So in this red painting I will be using just the pastels from the wooden box, and I have mostly Schmincke and Senneliers in there. I also have some Unison pastels, some Jackson's pastels, Blue Earth. I also have Art Spectrum. I have two other companies, but I don't remember their names. The thing I'm doing with that blue pastel is that I'm showing you how easily you can layer color without getting it dirty from the colors underneath it, and this can only be done with soft pastels, the super soft ones, the handmade ones. This can't really be done with Rembrandts because they aren't pigmented enough, and you can always see a bit of the color that was underneath them. And this is also what I like about them, but sometimes it's annoying because you can't get them as bright as you want, which is why I really recommend using them both together. Both super soft ones and Rembrandt, which are medium soft ones, have their own strengths and weaknesses, and using them together really lets you get the most out of each of them. I did this video so you can see the differences by not using them in the same painting, but I already filmed the painting you could see in the back earlier with the grasses, and in that painting I used them both, which I normally do, and I will explain how I use them together in that video. Here you can see up close how they look, and this is the Rembrandt, and this is the handmade one. If you're an experienced pastel painter, then you already knew all that, but I made this video for those who are not that familiar with pastels, because I often get questions about things I talked in this video. So I hope you like it, and thank you for watching.